I hope that all the participants have rejoined. Now I request the resource person, Dr. Nagarjun sir, to this sir. Nagarjun sir, am I audible? Nagarjun sir? Nagarjun sir, am I audible?
You are audible, sir, but sir is not responding.
Just now I came to know that there was a technical glitch, sir. Just sir dialed me over phone. He said that he will rejoin. I think he have rejoined.
Yeah, hello, sir. Am I audible now? Hello?
You are audible. You are audible, sir. You are audible.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you, sir. Yeah,
Thank
let me
you.
share my screen.
Okay.
Sorry for the audience
No problem, sir.
to
No
make
problem.
it trouble. Yeah,
No problem. Go ahead. Go ahead.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah, last session we have covered so many topics about basic data and cyber security related things. Okay, how it is going to impact us, right? So now I'm going to cover a little more details, like how a industry point of view you have to take care. Okay, till now as an individual, how we are going to take care, like that only we have covered. But here onwards we are going to cover in a industry point of view. Okay, so whenever we are trying to cover in an industry point of view, the data should be okay, the whatever the data in the industry, it should be classified, right? It should be classified into different levels, right? Okay, as it is a digital data, you have to classify as a data type and source-based data and cybersecurity forensic specializations and volatility classifications, right? There are different things, right? Whenever we are going to take data types classification, there is different types of data are available. Okay, document related data, right? When there is a document related data, it may be test documents, spreadsheets, okay, presentations, PDFs, or anything which is as a document. It may be notepad, or it may be your any kind of document, okay. And whenever you are using some emails, okay, emails or messaging, it will come under another category of classification. Okay, email and instant messaging, okay, attachments and chart histories, everything will come under like WhatsApp chat histories or Teams chat histories and everything which is transferring over the internet through a mail ID or through any ID. Okay, multimedia files like images, audio, video, recordings. Okay, and any kind of files. Okay, web browsing history, internet activity data showing and user interact and intent. Okay, and logs and audit tiles. Okay, system logs, firewall logs, application logs, network traffic logs that records user systems events. Okay, and when it comes to active and volatile data, okay, data in temporary storage such as RAM and system cache. Okay, resides real data, okay, deleted or hidden data recoverable through forensic methods. Okay, and data records, okay, like transactional and customer records and any kind of data. Okay, these are the different kind of classifications in data, right? Okay, here most of you know this email, multimedia, and web browsing history. Okay, and I am going to give you some details about active and volatile data and how it is going to be done. Okay, it will be very interesting topic. Okay, so source based classification also there. There is some kind of source based classification like computer and laptop storage, which is in hard drives and SSDs, and mobiles, okay, smartphones, okay, call logs, GPS location, okay. If in your mobile, if you are using any app, that app kind of data, okay. Like you know, right? Some apps are not secured, and it will access while you are installing that app. It will request for access for all your photos and all your files and everything, but that app itself is not a secured one. Okay, it took your data, and that from that app somebody stolen your data. Okay, that may be a chance, right? Okay, cloud service strong, cloud services, okay, cloud services like you are using Azure or AWS or GCP or some other clouds. Okay, for storing purpose or data documentation purpose or any kind of online information purpose, you are using your cloud services, right? So there is a chance, like in your cloud also, there is a chance of going data outside. Okay, network devices. So from cloud services, you might be now knowing, I just want to give some details here. Every company earlier used to adapt the cloud service of public clouds like Azure, AWS, and GCP. But nowadays, almost most of the MNCs, okay, multinational companies are keeping their own cloud. Means they are building their own cloud, okay, to regularly using services and to regularly using tools, to regularly using data. Okay, why they are keeping their own cloud services? Because they want to keep their data within their premises, not outside their premises. Because sometimes if you are using any cloud service, I'm going to deep dive later, but I'm going to give you a high level information. Consider you are taking a storage. Consider you want a 5 TB of storage, okay, and you have opted for one cloud service, and you did not know where that file is going to give that storage. It may be from US, it may be from Japan, it may be from India, any part of the world, wherever their data center is there, right? The cloud services works with their data centers. Some companies are more like Amazon, AWS, GCP is available all over the world in most of the countries, not 100%, but in most of the countries where they are having business headquarters and everything, they are managing. But some small cloud providers, they will be having their data in their respective areas only, right? But your data is going to store there. And not only your data, like you, many persons' data is going to store there, right? So there they are going to provide some data and they are going to give some kind of firewall protection and everything. Still, it is a public place. If they make some kind of hacking technology inside that cloud, okay, it is easy to crack your data from there, right? It is not a very safe. So nowadays most of the financial sectors and the banking sectors are not depending on public clouds. They are trying to create their own private cloud, or they are still using their on-prem services. I mean on-prem storage, on-prem databases, on-prem servers, still they are using, even though it is more costly when it compared to public cloud. But they don't want to take any financial risk to their customers, for themselves both. Okay, it's a little brief. Okay, we can go ahead for network devices such as routers, switches, servers, logging and traffic and user sessions. Okay, you know, right? Your network device, router, switches, and everything is part of a cyber security concern. Okay, just in a previous session, we heard about why we need to change Wi-Fi password, okay, in regularly, and why we need to keep our password little tricky, not an easy one. I don't want you to take a 15, 20 digit password, but at least if you should maintain minimum of 8 to 12 digit is required, and it should be tricky, not with a simple characters and all. Okay, you all might know these things, but sometimes we won't follow to our comfortness. Our comfortness lead to cyber attack. So please be cautious, okay? And especially whenever you are giving such kind of passwords to your routers, okay, it may be your house router, but who is going to hack your house router and how he is going to use, we don't know, right? So for anything like that, not only they are going to hack you, and it may be somebody in your home, your father or your brother, your wife, your kids, somebody is going to use the same network for their official purpose, as they feel like it's a private network. Who is going to hack? Right. So it might be your home network. Try to keep your Wi-Fi router's password as secured as you can. Okay. And IoT devices. So whenever you are using IoT devices, like nowadays everybody using IoT devices like freeze, okay, and air conditioner, and in their cars, okay, and most of the time they are using IoT devices, right? They're simply attaching their IoT device and they are just leaving it. Okay, even though when they are connecting their IoT device, it should be paid properly. Okay, sometimes they will not pay properly, and this IoT device, even though sometimes paid properly, it is not upgraded their software in a timely manner. Consider you bought your IoT device like a fridge or air conditioner. Its software need to be upgraded, right? Because there is a chance of somebody can hack it. So you should upgrade your IoT device software as well. Okay, surveillance camera capturing video footage, and this is a regular thing you are going to see. And whenever there is some crime is happening, right, we are going to see in most of the movies, they are going to capture the surveillance camera video footage and investigations. And uh, here you have to investigate whether the image is morphed or not. They are not going to check whether this is the right person or not. This person face is morphed or not. If the person face is morphed, it is easily identified. Okay, fine. And cybersecurity forensic specialization. Okay, when it comes to cybersecurity forensics specialization, we have computer forensics, okay, network forensics, mobile device forensics, emails forensic, malware forensics, memory forensics, okay. Uh, Computer forensics in the sense of focused on computer and storage device evidence, like whenever there is some cyber attack happen, okay, generally they are going to log into your computer and they are going to trace all your computer history, okay, what are the folders you have logged in and what are the APIs you have connected and what are the web browser history. And here I would like to tell you one tip. Okay, whenever you are using any kind of web browser, it may be Mozilla, Firefox, or it may be Google, it may be Internet Explorer, anything. Try to clean your history, okay, as quick as possible. So it helps not to give your uh, details like bank details. You might be logging into your bank accounts, or you might be logging into your using that web browser. You might be logging into your professional office or organizational activities, right? So try to erase your history, okay. And and when it comes to network forensic, okay, analysis of network traffic and logs detect breaches, okay. uh, this is a huge topic, but I will try to give you a simple understanding. Like you are connected to a network means you will be having two kinds of IPs. One is virtual IP, one is your laptop or mission IP, right? Virtual IP you can generate and you can do with that virtual IP anything. But with your laptop IP, you cannot make any changes. Your mission IP, you cannot make any changes. Okay, so that is one kind of footprint you are losing anywhere. Okay, network traffic, and whenever you are having this network forensics, okay, they are going to check your how they are which port is exposed and why it is exposed. I am going to tell you in detail, okay, but I would like to give you, because first session I missed something, so I would like to give some more details here. Like whenever you are making any product, okay, available with some kind of internet access, generally you are going to log in with that name of the product, like it may be flipkart.com, it may be amazon.com, it may be anything. You are, but backside how it is going to work, it is not going to work as a amazon.com, right? It is going to work as some kind of public IP and some kind of port, and there it is going to trigger one server, and in that server your application is running. From there your customer is taking the data, right? So in this big lengthy cycle, there may be, if any small, okay, mistake you do, the mistake itself a key point for the hackers or scammers to catch from there. Okay, these mistakes can be scanned. Okay, these mistakes can be scanned by using different tools. Okay, the tools we will discuss, okay, later. Okay, and mobile device forensics and data extraction from mobile devices. Okay, whenever there is something is happening, okay, or data extraction from mobile devices is not easy, because you might be thinking that every data is stored in the mobile device. No, it will be stored in your temporary storage, or it might be stored in your permanent storage, or it might be stored in your app data. Okay, so you have to check all the places where it has stored, and if it is a app data, okay, so that is the reason mobile device forensic is a bit difficult, because some unauthorized apps if you install for making for photo editing or video editing, okay, it might not be, even though you are having a say antivirus in your mobile, you override that antivirus and allowed that software to make some change in your mobile photos and everything, it given an scammer to go into your mobile. Okay, so please be cautious. Okay, email forensic, okay, tracing verifying emails for source and content. Okay, this already you know. Okay, whenever there is some kind of emails are coming, right? We have already discussed about phishing. Okay, it may be phishing emails, or it may be like lottery emails, or some any kind of emails. You should verify. How you should verify? Okay, let me tell you. If possible, I will show you one thing. Okay. Okay, yeah. Yeah, if I go here, if you see here, welcome to the page, and you can see contact below link. Okay, generally it will consider like you click on the below link, and it will go to your admin. But you should not take like this. Okay, before going to click on this link, whether this link is routing to where, you have to understand, right? So try to keep a right click on it, okay, and copy email address or the chain of the mail and paste it in your browser. Okay, whether this is authenticated or not, you have to identify. Otherwise, okay, once you click on this, it will slowly route to other one. Okay, it might be here, contact your admin, I have written. Okay, there may be like google.com, there may be like citibank.com, icicibank.com. It may be your bank details. Okay, click on this, say original link only they will keep here, but it will redirect to some other links. That is what I want to show you. Okay, yeah. Going back to our slide, and whenever there is some kind of malware forensics, study of malicious code origins and impact. Okay, uh, this is a bit huge topic. Why I'm telling huge topic? Because whenever you are writing a code, okay, you might take some kind of public libraries, right? Open source libraries, right? So you use that open source libraries and you are doing your code, okay, and it is having some kind of malwares because the libraries itself is not having full kind of security. So this malware scan is very much needed when you are doing your product into production. Product into production in the sense in live available to the customer. Like when if you are using ICICI app or ICICI internet facility, that is developed by someone, right? In the development phase, they have used some kind of open source plugin or open source library for making his work easy. Okay, if you have to write some kind of critical script, okay, it is taking around 200 300 lines. But if you use this plugin, okay, you can just write a 2 lines, it will do your work, right? But there it is, you are introducing your machine to others. Okay, so it should be identified in your malware scan. Okay, whenever you are doing malware scan, your malware scan v is going to identify it. Okay, memory and forensics, examination of volatile memory and data for hidden artifacts. Okay, here you have to understand what is the volatile memory and not is the non-volatile memory. Okay, maybe I covered this in the next slide. Let me check. Okay, yeah, yeah, volatile and non-volatile memory. Yeah, there is most of you are in the computer field. You know what is volatile memory, okay, and what is non-volatile memory. Volatile memory, it will be erased easily, and which is like RAM, okay, at CPU. And non-volatile memory, it is in hard disk or storage, any storage device. It may be, if you are using cloud, it may be your S3 buckets, or if you are using laptops, it may be your hard disk or SSDs, anything. Okay, um, and how this is going to help, I'm going to tell you. Okay, if you are using uh, a hacker, your uh, server or your website is hacked, okay, if you go into non-volatile memory, you cannot get anything because he is going to work currently and it is going to done on online immediately. Okay, you have to catch it very much immediately. So you should have to log into your RAM and you should take a snippet of your RAM data, right? Once you take a snippet of your RAM data, Okay, the RAM data will be erased within 30 seconds or mostly 1 minute, right? So you have to be very much quick and you have to take that snippet of the RAM data, and from that RAM data, okay, you have to identify, you have to investigate from where the intruder came, the threat, hacker or scammer came. Okay, and if you miss to take the RAM data, at least you have to check the CPU cache. CPU will also having a cache memory. From there you have to go and you have to take. Okay, this will be done in a online. Okay, when the hacker is hacking, so parallelly you have to do it, right? You cannot give a time to him like it should come into your hard disk or any logs. It won't come once the hacker is signed out. All RAM data and CPU data will be lost. So you should be very clever. Immediately you have to go and take the snippet of your RAM and CPU, cache and everything, and you have to investigate parallelly and you have to get it done. Okay. There will be another kind of a thing, command line tools, right? You know, many CLI tools like netstat and any other command lines tools, you can use it, okay, to get the volatile data immediately from the system. Okay, it gives a speedy transactional records immediately, right? This is one way of getting the data immediately. Okay, and you can use some kind of cyber track, okay, forensic toolkits, okay, these kind of tools, but generally we won't use it. But in and of offices, in the organizations, every organization will use these tools, because anytime if some kind of attack happens, okay, this volatile data is much important than non-volatile data, because it will be blanked off once the scammer is shut down. Okay, so this is more important, okay, for online scammers. Data integrity, volatility. Okay, so just now we have discussed about data volatility. Okay, right? So the data volatility is the mere biggest problem to catch, because it will have very limited time. Okay, you cannot even catch that speed if you don't use such kind of CLI tools or such kind of artificial intelligence tools like cyber triage or something. Okay, and legal consideration, chain of custody or admissibility. Yeah, this is one of the main, okay, source. Okay, how you are going to do it. Okay, your data is hacked. Consider legal consideration in cybersecurity around digital evidence. Focus on heavily on concepts of chain of custody and admissibility of court. What is chain of custody? Is a documented and unbroken process that tracks handling digital evidence from moment it is collected until it is presented in legal proceedings. It is established in the authenticity and integrity and evidence by recording whole collected evidence, when and where it was collected, how it was stored, and every transaction and access instance, maintaining proper COC, prevent losses, okay, tampering, okay, everything. Documentation typically includes identification, packaging, preservation, okay, like any phase you are going to get it. Okay, so here I would like to tell you some kind of two things. Okay, it helps you to understand. You have encrypted your data and you are trying to tell, transfer the data. Okay, and you transferred. Okay, how we are going to transfer? You generally transfer as a file, right? If you transfer as a file, you have encrypted with 128-bit, and the scammers are nowadays very much clever, and they use some kind of AI algorithms to crack that 128-bit, and they will get the data and they will manipulate your data. And sometimes you may use 256 bit encryption, but it is also possible, right? Before doing it, okay, before doing it, what I'm suggesting, try to tar your file. Okay, try to tar your file, I mean zip your file, and then you do encryption. Okay, This is a bit tricky one to do, okay, to immediately get your data. Okay, this will be a little tricky. And one more thing you can do in your day-to-day life. Okay, once you tar or zip your file, once you do encryption, okay, it may be any kind of encryption you use, and then you try to give some kind of signing. Okay, generally in industries we do signing. Why we do signing? It is authenticated by both the teams. Okay, for that you need to understand like public key, private key. I will explain in this later. Okay, you should have some public key and private key. If you are a if you are a customer, you should have a private key, and if you are a product owner, you should have a public key. Okay, and then that's how you are going to more protect your data. Okay, why I'm telling in this here, because that is also one part of the chain of custody. Okay, if your packaging is, if you are packaging your data is in a not a correct way, this is also a way to hack the data. Okay, you should package your data also correctly. Okay, and there is some kind of authentic and collected and prevented data. Okay, the authentication should be there. Just now I told, right, signing and public and private key using, so you should use it. Okay, and reliable and unrelated form of collection of presentation. Okay, whenever you are sending or transferring, you should send and transfer, and we have already told, in a proper channel. In a proper channel means you do not think like I am sending in internet. What is the proper channel? You should use private networks only. You should use only private networks, not public networks. Okay, yeah. Chalo, types of cybersecurity for software coding. Okay, okay, there are different types of cybersecurity for software coding. Application security, data security, infrastructure security, network security, endpoint security, authentication and authorization, dependency and vulnerability management. Okay, application security. Okay, I'm having another 20 minutes of time. I will try to conclude in a bit fast way. Okay, if anybody feel I'm going fast, okay, please try to make me slow down. Okay, I'm going to tell you here a few things, like there is two different types of application securities are there. Okay, one is SAST, another one is DAST. What is SAST? What is DAST? Okay, static analysis is first thing when we are going to do is a SAST. Okay, dynamic analysis when you are going to do is a DAST. Okay, I'm going to tell you what is static analysis and dynamic analysis later. Okay, but remember these words. Okay, whenever you are doing your code and sending your code into production, you have to do this SAST and DAST scannings. Okay, and data security, protecting data handle software including encryption. Okay, and secure storage properly. Okay, just now we discussed it. Okay, infrastructure security already we have discussed it, but here we have missed something, like whenever you are keeping your APIs. Okay, your APIs should have a limited access. Okay, I thought of giving you much details, but I have limited time. So APIs should have limited access means whenever you are trying to connect with an API to a database for your record, okay, like my bank record, but that API is allowing you to check all the bank customer details. Is that the right way of authentication or provided you to that API? No, right? It's a false, right? So API should be also having a restricted level of access and everything. Okay, it's a high level information. Okay, containers information. Okay, containers means in every industry. Okay, you are nowadays you are not running anything as a direct application. You are making that application as a container image. Container image means if you want to run a Flipkart, right? Flipkart may need Java, Flipkart may need database, Flipkart service has to run, it may need some kind of tools. Okay, it has to run on some kind of OS, operating system, Linux or Windows. Okay, all the things are encapsulated as a how we will encapsulate as a tablet. Same way it will be encapsulated as a container image. Okay, what is the advantage of container images? It's small in size and you can utilize it anytime, anywhere. That is the best advantage. But whenever you are creating that container, if you make any kind of mistake, okay, it may be a Docker image, it may be any kind of image. If you make some kind of mistake, the container itself leads to a threat. Okay, try to understand this much. Okay, cloud environments and CI/CD pipelines. Okay, when it comes to cloud environments and CI/CD pipelines, okay, your environment is in cloud. Okay, consider it might be in AWS cloud. You are storing your data in S3 buckets and you are using your RDS database from the S3 bucket. Okay, S3 from your AWS. Okay, there also you will be having some threats. Okay, and you should be very much careful while using AWS account. Like AWS accounts, I would like to tell you now itself because there is two types of AWS. Okay, one is like normal user. Okay, two types of user. Another one is like programmatic user. If you are a normal user, you will be having an email and you are going to do anything with that. But inside the code also, sometimes we need that code should have some access to do perform some activities, right? How that code is taking the decisions and how the code is managing that. For that, we are using a programmatic user. That programmatic user is going to do all these changes. Okay, but that programmatic user should have some limitations of access. If you don't give a certain limitations to that programmatic user, it is going to be a problem for your cloud environment. It may be not only to you who are using that cloud, okay, account. Okay, CI/CD pipelines. CI/CD pipelines. When it comes to CI/CD pipelines, you nowadays everything is automated, right? I'm going to show you now itself because we have limited time. Okay, see here, there is a pipeline. Okay, there is a CI/CD pipeline. Here is my source code. I am going to show you. This is my This is my cloud environment. Okay, here is my EC2 instances. Okay, instances. What is EC2 instances means? These are my servers. Okay, one is my application server. One is my Jenkins server. What is my Jenkins server? This Jenkins is running in the Jenkins server. Okay, and what is the use of this Jenkins? Okay, this Jenkins is going to run this pipeline. Okay, and sorry, time out. I guess I will log in again. Okay, so whenever you are running this, okay, it will be running many kind of pipeline stages, right? It will check build stage, it will do test stage, it will do malware scan, it will do build deploy, and it will produce the product, right? Consider this is my product, helloworld.com or welcome to this page is my product. Okay, it is going to do all this deployment whenever you are doing deploying anything in your Tomcat server or Apache server somewhere. Okay, it is going to do everything, and not only this it is going to do, it is going to do all the things, okay, required for your service. Okay, see here where I'm going in configuration, it is going to take you to the respective GitHub where it is the data is. So in your GitHub, okay, in your GitHub my source is there and my code is there. What is my code? Okay, in my code also there is server details are there, credentials are there, and the stages are there, multiple stages are there, build stage is there. The build stage is going to do the build of your file. If you are using Java, it will convert it into jar or var files, and it will make, if you are using some kind of images, it will convert into Docker image. Okay, and once it is done, it will test it whether it is working according to your requirement or not. Okay, it is like a basic test. But I am telling multiple times, like scans, malware scan. Okay, what is malware scan? It is going to check any vulnerabilities in your code. Okay, any trojans in your code. Okay, it is going in an automatic way. You are not going to do in a manual way. Nobody is going to do. Earlier, a security department is going to do this, but nowadays it is inside your automation, right? It is inside your automation, and you are going to do malware scan, Jenkins pipeline itself, and Trivi scan, and it is going to check all your these things, physical related things. Okay, it is going to scan, and your sonar cube scan, it is going to check your code scan. Okay, how many vulnerabilities are there, how many plugins are exposing, what is the reusability of this code, and everything. It is how much percentage it is reached, and everything it is checked within the pipeline itself. You are not going to, this is what called CI/CD pipeline. This is deployment stage. Okay, see, another one stage is also there, signing stage. I have already told you about signing, right? Signing means whenever you are sending your data, it should be tagged, it should be again encrypted, it should be again malware scan, then it should be signed, okay, with proper kind of signing mechanism. Okay, so you should have a signing mechanism, then only it should go and deploy into your in your production, right? These are the number of ways you are going to provide security in your CI/CD. But by somehow you have opened something, okay, in your CI/CD pipeline itself. You have given your username or password. Okay, you did not given $API server. You directly given that server details. You should not given $some details. Okay, you directly given all the details here. If somebody hack your Jenkins, they will directly get from here, right? So from here itself, they will get your details and they will log into your server and they will get everything. So this is how they are going to trap you. Okay, actually this session I thought of taking last, but I want to show you these things. Okay, so that is how they are going to trap you from your CI/CD pipeline, from your cloud and everything. Okay, and when it comes to network security, so I would like to show you. Okay, when it comes to network security, okay, consider this is my EC2 instance. Okay, and when I am creating any EC2 instance, okay, I should not create just like that. Okay, launch an instance. Okay, most of the time people will give some instance name, test something, and they will pick up some kind of EC2 instance itself means it's a virtual machine, like your laptop. You are creating your laptop in online. Okay, they will take all the default details, and they will run it in a default VPC. What is default VPC? What is this region? You should have some knowledge on cloud. Okay, you should not go in any region. Okay, every country and every customer is having then or restrictions. If it is a US based company, okay, your data should be in US region only. It is in North Virginia. If it is a India based company, it should be in India region. It is in Mumbai only. Okay, you understand, right? Your data should not be outside your company. Okay, that is also matters, right? So whenever you are trying to do, okay, you have taken all the default details. It may take into any company. It may be going to you did not follow it. If it is a India one, if I create, it will directly go to North Virginia and it will go to default VPC. Okay, if you don't give any VPC means a virtual private cloud. It will give a set of IPs to you. Okay, with that, using that IPs only, you are going to connect with your server. Okay, I am going to show you one server so that you will easily understand. Okay, yeah, consider this is my application server. Okay, consider this is my application server. Okay, and when I click on my application server, here you are having a public IP and here you are having a public DNS. Okay, by using this, okay, they are going to take your data. Okay, and while creating it, when you are creating it, okay, you are not going to create a private subnet. You are going to create by default. It will allow you a public subnet. It will allow you a public IP, and it will give you everything public access, right? So it's public access means it is exposing your ports to public. How it is exposing your ports? Okay, I will show you a little more details. Okay, if you see your security groups, it is allowing. See here, all the 2022 and 80 is already exposed to 000, means everybody can able to access. So these kind of mistakes you should never do. Okay, okay, if it is exposed to public network, okay, anybody can hack your system. Okay, So how many layers of security group? Already we have covered in the last session. There is multiple layers of security is there. Okay, as I'm having limited time, I'm going to our last session. Okay, code scanning, this and all. Okay, I can tell you, but in a real time way, I would like to give some details. Okay. So whenever somebody hacker is trying to hit, they are trying to hit your DNS name. DNS name in the sense your web name like flipkart.com or amazon.com. Okay. Once they hit, there will be a WAF. Okay. WAF is a kind of security layer. From there, it has to go to your cloud. From there is another technically one more security layer is there. That is VPC. Okay. Which were private cloud. Just now I have told. But will it directly go to VPC? No. It will goes to load balancer. What is a load balancer? A load balancer is actually meant for two reasons. One is to distribute the load. If there is high load, it has to distribute the load to different servers. There is 10 servers. There is 100 people come. It will distribute the load to 10, 10, 10 to each. Otherwise, first one thing should be fill 80%. First server 80 is done. Then it will start another sending the load to next server. Like that it is do. And there is another kind of work also it will do. What is that another kind of work? It will distribute the traffic to the right set of application. You will be using this load balancer to different 3 to 4 applications, and which application it has to route, which application is which VPC, it is going to route everything. It is going to route to your VPC, it is going to route to your subnet, it is going to route to your security group, it is going to route to your route table, and it is going to route to your port, and it is going to route to your server. So these many layers of securities we are going to take care as a product. It is just a network security I am explaining here for a cyber security level. Okay, there is another level of securities. Okay, there is another level of securities also available. Okay, we will discuss. Okay, but to maintain this security, okay, to maintain this your services is a highly secured. Okay, you should implement your WAF, and you should implement your proper route names, means route 53 or DNS names, GoDaddy DNS names or something, and it should be routed properly, and that routing tables also should be clear. See how many each level there is some kind of, you cannot insert your data something like that, right? You have to segregate. If I want a employee data, how you are going to give employee name, employee ID, okay, employee designation. Similarly, you are also going to do some tables in every level. Okay, route level one table, WAF level one table, VPC level one table. Every level you are going to do some kind of things. Okay, and you are going to do that securities. Okay, and everything is going to scan. Just now we have seen, right, in our Jenkins pipeline, multiple types of scannings are there. Trivy scan is there, the malware scan is there, and this signing is there, and sonar cuba is there. Everything is we are doing, right? So something like that. Okay, and what is DevSecOps? Okay, what is DevSecOps? DevSecOps is a very huge concept, but I'm trying to tell in 1 or 2 minutes. Okay, DevSecOps means making your automation for your security. Okay, to do security you no need to do manually. Just now we have seen in Jenkins pipeline, not only for that scans, in every level of testing. Okay, you can do in the like pen testing or any testing, or sometimes you will be having high level of load testing. Okay, different kind of testing also you will make it as a automation, and you can make it many number of things in a using your automation pipeline. It may be Jenkins, it may be GitHub Actions, it may be kind of any kind of tools. You might be use any kind of tools, but it is automated with security tools. That is called as a DevSec operations. Okay, so I'm going to conclude this with now. I will give you this 2 minutes of time to all the listeners to ask me any questions. Last time I did not give any time, so I ramp out this session very fast. Don't mind. Please ask your questions. Please feel free to ask your questions. Hope so. Audience have understood well, but sorry to make this second session a little fast. Uh, in these 2 minutes, I would like to make some kind of thanking to all the audience. Okay, if you don't have any questions, I would like to thank you one and all for giving me this opportunity for to express my knowledge and to
Sir,
share
I
my knowledge.
think we can continue. Sir, is the session over? Nagarjun sir?
Sir?
Nagarjun sir, is the session over?
Yes, sir. The session is
Or
over. Is
something
any
left
question?
to be discussed? Actually, it is from 8 to 9:30, sir, 1.5 hour session.
Okay. Till 9 o'clock, I have given time, right? So I thought till 9 o'clock. Yeah, there
No,
is
sir,
a
on the
lot
first day
left.
it is up to 9:30.
Yeah, yeah. So fine, sir.
Can you
I will.
continue, sir?
Yeah, yeah. There is a lot left. Due to
Okay,
time
sir,
limit, I am
thank you. Go
concluding
ahead.
it. Yeah, yeah. Thank you,
Okay.
sir. Yeah, thanks for giving me time. Okay. I thought of explaining you these details in detail. Okay, let me share my screen. Oh yeah, thank you. Let me share my screen. Okay. Yeah. See here, there is different kind of load balancers. Okay, right? What are the different kind of load balancer? You have to understand there is a load balancer is there, right? I told you already. It is the load balancer name itself telling that it is dividing the load. But not only dividing the load, it is also having some kind of privileges where the data has to go, right? And which machine the data has to go, which VPC the data has to go. Okay, right? So all the levels of information is there. If a unnecessary information you kept in your load balancer, that will help others to crack the details, and it will give a route to others to go into it. So there is basically application load balancer and network load balancer. Two things are there. And application load balancer is mostly used for deploying your application. Okay, and network load balancer, most of the persons are neglecting nowadays, because application load balancer will take some level of networking capabilities, but it is not a 100% network load balancer. There you have to understand this point, because network load balancer is having some kind of network topologies within inbuilt inside it, and it will not allow anything, and it is having a boundaries. So when you have to use application load balancer, when you have to use network load balancer is also matter. Do not use application load balancer for external and internal. External you can use application load balancer. When it comes to internal, you try to use network load balancer, right? Whenever you are going to VPC or VPN, okay, you have to use your network load balancer. Okay, not an application load balancer. Using your network load balancer, inside that, if you want to connect with your applications, you can use another layer of application load balancer, or you can use some kind of what files is there, and that the file is also having that bunch of records. Okay, that will also make you automation. Okay, so like that also you can make that application load balancer, but you do not use it. Okay, and whenever you are having, okay, see here, there are different types of load balancer: hardware load balancer, software load balancer, virtual load balancer. Okay, and layer 4 and layer 7, I just now told, right? Application and if you want to deploy application, layer 4 and layer 7 load balancer you need. And for API calls, right? If you are using any API calls in within your application, you have to use DNS load balancer. Okay, different kinds of load balancer, but whenever you are using, it should be limited access. It should be a limited access. Okay, and tools involved in DevSecOps. Okay, tools involved in DevSecOps, I would like to tell you different tools involved in DevSecOps. Okay, for planning and security, you need to use some kind of tools, right? Okay, generally most of the companies use Jira. Some companies use Azure also. Okay, Azure dashboards. Okay, according to your company needs, companies will take the tools. Okay, what is the using of this planning and security? Okay, so consider you have to deploy some kind of application into some web server. Okay, it can be having different teams, right? One testing team is there, development team is there, DevOps team is there, okay, security team is there, network team is there. Okay, all together has to work, and everybody having their own different roles. And within every team, each and every individual have to need some kind of work, right? Okay, in that level, you are going to give some kind of work assigned to one person, right? But most of the time nowadays, these tools, management tools like Jira and Azure DevOps, is accessing a lot. It is having such a capability, like if a person has to work on a modification of front end image change, like a front end name change. Earlier, this company name is xyz.com. Now this company is taken over by abc.com. Now I want to change every place abc.com, right? So these kind of things generally will be having a database, and inside the storage there only it will have. For that database also, for that storage also, okay, this Jira and other tools is nowadays having the capability to access it. How much level and what files you need to give that Jira access, that Azure DevOps access, that is also a responsibility of the admin who is managing that Jira or who is managing that service. Okay, if you give whole access to that service, from that service somebody may hack. You understand, right? So that service is having capabilities to give you some kind of flexibility, not to misuse. How to use, you have to know. Okay, code and build. Okay, I already told you, like code and build. What is static application security? What is dynamic application security? Okay, static testing will be done in malware scan. Okay, and like sonar cube, everything will be done in the static level of like within your code. Any kind of vulnerabilities are there, any bugs are there, any kind of critical trojans are there, that is going to do by static analysis. Okay, and that is going to do by some tools. Okay, like some main tools like Trivi, and this can do some static analysis, right? And there is some dynamic analysis tools. Okay, that dynamic analysis tools is once your application is deployed. Okay, once your application is deployed, then also you need to check your application, right? Is there any vulnerabilities are there or not? Okay, if there is not checking is not happen correctly, what is going to happen? After you given your product to your customers, there the customer, sometimes the customer will tell you like this is not working fine, that is not working fine. That is okay. If it is not working fine, that is okay. But by taking that loophole, somebody is doing something, it will be a big defect for your product, right? So there is some kind of okay, dash tools like Xmos or AutoSpy. These tools are going to use as once your application is deployed, and it will scan and it is going to check all the things in your application, and it is going to do. Okay, and we are going to do before the application is going to deploy, and we are going to do after application is going to deploy. Okay, continuous integration and continuous deployment in CI/CD. Okay, it may be Jenkins, it may be GitLab, it may be GitHub Actions, or it may be any kind of Spinnaker and any kind of tools. Okay, whenever you are using these tools, okay, you have to use continuous integration and continuous deployment in a proper way. Like in a continuous integration phase, whenever you are keeping one scan, okay, some people will be in a hurry. Okay, like if this Trivi scan is not done properly, it results came failed due to high number of vulnerabilities. There is a checklist they have given, it should not meet more than 50%, but suddenly it met 52% or 55%. Consider there is a production deadline is happening in tomorrow. Okay, the deadline is 50%, now it is 55%, it is okay, we can push it. Okay, they will make a manual change over the automation, okay, to skip that stage and run that. Once they run it, what will happen? It is going to in a production. Once it is going to production, that small mistake may lead to big mistake. Okay, so whenever you are doing that small mistake also, even if it is a day before you find out, you have to inform to your owner, like this is what happened and this is not acceptable, we have to make it done, we have to fix it. Even you can change the date, you can postpone it, okay, you should not do it. Okay, and dynamic and interactive application security testing. Okay, whenever you are doing, okay, I am telling, I have already told, right, dash testing, okay, how to do by using ZAP or IST, okay, everything, okay, interactive application testing, you how to do, okay, how each and every API is calling, and whether each API is having limited access or not, how it is interacting with your application, everything you need to check, okay, configuration and infrastructure, okay, and whenever you are using, okay, in on premises, I'm mentioning on premises because cloud itself will provide some level of security. Whenever you are using AWS, Azure or GCP, they will try to give an extra level of security for your servers, for your database, for your storage, everything. But whenever you are doing on premises, in the sense your own servers, okay, you should be extra cautious because there is no more person is going to check. You have to check these things. This servers is first within the physical servers, there should not be any virus, right? Whatever server you are using, the server should be first malware free, okay, and virus free, and everything you have to check, okay. And when it comes to monitoring, okay, there is a different kind of monitorings are there. Okay, generally everybody will think like Prometheus, Grafana, these are the monitoring things, but these will help you to monitor how good the application is working. Okay, but whether this application is secured or not, how we are going to know? Okay, how we are going to know? Just now I told you Axma and some other tools is monitoring tools are there. From there you are going to check, and from there you are going to do. And most of the small vendors or small business people are not using these kind of monitoring tools, considering as the cost effective solution. But this is not a cost effective solution, it is going to give you a big fire back. Okay, it may backfire you with some kind of big attacks, right? If you monitor it in advance, okay, monitor it in advance, you can prevent it, right? So you should use always, okay, some authentic tools, okay, not like any other tools. Some you should not install any unauthorized tools and any unauthorized applications. Okay, and when it comes to some kind of, okay, applications, they try to use open source monitoring tools. Okay, for a namesake, they will use open source monitoring tools. Open source monitoring tools also okay to test internally. I'm clearly telling you, very clearly telling you, open source monitoring tools is okay to test you internally. Okay, but do not depend on open source monitoring tools completely, because these open source monitoring tools have some limitations and which cannot do in-depth API, in-depth mall scan, okay, in-depth security scans. Okay, so better use some good security tools. Okay, and yeah, yeah, I would like to tell you web application firewall, right? So web application firewall is a security tool that protects your web application by filtering, monitoring, and blocking malicious HTTP and HTTPS traffic between the web application and internet. So in our architecture also, I have shown you this is the first one, right? WAF is the first one. It is just like a application, okay, it is having some kind of security features. It will not allow any HTTP and any unethical websites, unethical users. It will block there itself, right? Okay, and whenever there is some kind of application, okay, is having, it is going to take a level 7, layer 7 protection, means it is going to take a application level and in a basic level of physical level security, okay. Blocking attacks, it stops common web attacks such as SQL injections, cross-site scripting, cookies poisoning, and buffer overflow before they reach the application. uh, like I have told you, right, earlier session, DDoS effect. DDoS effect means somebody is trying to check, pour more traffic into your server. Means virtual traffic, means there is no actual 100 users or 1000 users are there, but they will create virtual IPs and they will try to create virtual traffic and increase the traffic on your website, right? Such kind of attacks, initial phase itself, it itself block it, okay. Protecting sensitive data, it prevents unauthorized access and data breaching and filtering malicious requests, okay. Authentic, it will be used as a authorization, not as a authentication service. Authorization is different, authentication is different. Authorization is you are part of some XYZ company, is not is a authorization, okay. From within the XYZ company, your part of that project is not a authentication, okay. This is two levels, okay. It will protect you from authorization point of view, not in an authentication point of view, okay. Try to know about the WAF level, okay. Compliances helps to meet regulatory standards like PCI DSS by enforcing security policies. Like whenever you are using public internet, okay, you need to follow some kind of policies, okay. Why you need to follow it itself, the process itself will block most of the unauthorized access, most of the unauthorized viruses and these things, okay, vulnerabilities. So this you have to follow, and by if you implement WAF, it means you have already followed this PCI DSS. Okay, you no need to again certify yourself like I am using PCI DSS. If you are using WAF itself, you are using it, okay. Application layer defense, okay, providing protection specially tailored for application level vulnerability that traditional firewall might miss, okay. You do not expect application level protection, means it is going to provide a application level complete protection, but it will certainly provide you a minimum level of protection to your application, okay. uh, Traffic monitoring and logging, yeah. This it effectively works in this scenario, like where to route your traffic, okay, which load balancer is connected to this WAF, and from where it has to getting, and which IP is connected, and which subnet it is going to route. Everything it is going to take care, okay. These details you should have some basic understanding, okay. And when it comes to, okay, our architecture, okay, I just now covered about WAF and load balancers, and about your ALB and your subnets and everything. So I'm going to give you some details, okay. 1 second. Okay, we have another 10 minutes of time. Give me 1 second, okay. Yeah. See here, you are seeing a different kind of things, okay. Whenever you are doing, okay, cloud itself is providing some kind of monitoring, right? But it will give a basic monitoring. Do not considering like it is a complete monitoring. How your application is doing, it is going to give you the monitoring. Not like your security kind of monitoring. For security monitoring, you have to take other services, okay. And there is different services. You can use secret manager for keeping your secrets, okay. It is a secret manager service. Okay, I have already told you, right? Whenever you are using some kind of passwords, okay, some kind of keys, okay, you should not directly use it in your Jenkins script, or you should not use in your Git repository, or you should not keep it in somewhere. You should use your secret manager, and you can create a secret manager, and there you have to keep your passwords and all. From that secret manager, you are going to, I would like to tell you IAM, okay, a little about IAM, okay. In IAM, I just covered you, like in IAM there is two kinds of users, okay. One is programmatic user, one is normal user, right? You can create a programmatic user, and by using the programmatic user is now having connection with the secret manager, right? You are not going to keep every time in a manual way permissions, okay, and you are not going to keep the credentials, like your secrets, or your files, or your keys, or your passwords there. Okay, you are going to attach that with your secret manager, and your secret manager is going to use with your IAM programmatic user, and IAM programmatic user is going to run that API call that is going to execute that functions. Okay, but whenever you are doing, you have to follow the secret manager. You should not keep it just like that. For your awareness, I am telling you the importance of the secret manager. Okay, you understand right now? And your secret manager will keep your secrets there. Okay, and here I would like to tell you something like, okay, RDS. Okay, whenever you are going to create one RDS, okay, you do not create your RDS with any personalized users. Okay, you should create an RDS with some kind of programmatic user, and you should create some kind of policies restricted to this RDS. You know, this database is having some kind of different data. Okay, it may be employee data, it may be customer data, it may be financial data, it may have any kind of data in this database, right? But you should not give a complete access to that. Okay, you should create an user, okay, a policy. Here if you go to policies, I will show you. Okay, I am user, okay, user roles and policies. See here, you should create a policy. Okay, you should create a policy. That policy should, okay, limit the access to the RDS, that programmatic user, how much that access is required to that RDS. Otherwise, it is going to have a full access to your RDS. The different tables in your RDS is going to be accessed with all the people who has access to that RDS, right? It should be limited access. Okay, we have already discussed view in the previous sessions, like you should have a limited access, so that we are going to protect from internal, okay, internal, any employee is knowingly or unknowingly doing mistakes. If he has a limited access, he cannot able to do that mistake, right? So you can prevent that mistake. Okay, that is also one kind of cyber security aspect. Okay, here I'm going to show you one thing, like, okay, generally most of the people who is creating EC2s for their security and for their practice purpose, they generally don't aware of, okay, this NAT. Okay, what is NAT? Okay, NAT gateway. Why we need to use NAT gateway, and why we need to use subnets, public subnets and private subnets? I am going to just give you a brief. Okay, you cannot directly connect with the any of your server directly. So if you want to use, okay, once in a while with public internet to upload or to make some patch changes, you can use this NAT gateway, and you can update your patches, and once you done your work, you can disconnect it. It's a big advantage, right? And there is some other things. You should never expose your public IPs. How we can do then instead of that? Okay, without that public IPs, you can create a subnets. Okay, if you go to VPCs, we can create a subnets, right? You can create a private subnets. Okay, you can create a private subnets, and from the private subnets, okay, you can use, okay, routing by using your routing tables. Okay, in route table also you can restrict your, okay, in route table also you can restrict your access. Okay, see here your route tables are there. You can restrict your access only to particular server, not to everyone. Okay, only to particular users. Okay, like that also you can restrict your access, so that by using that particular access you can do it, right? So there is number of firewalls. These are all considering as a different layers of firewall settings. Okay, and you cannot directly connect with internet to your EC2. You have to use your internet gateway. This internet gateway should connect. Okay, this internet gateway should connect with what? Should connect with your NAT, or it should connect with your, okay, subnet. Okay, which subnet? You with your private subnet, with your private route table and all. See, these many kind of layers of security you are giving in a detailed way, okay, to your network. Okay, and this is how you are going to protect your network and protect your servers. Okay, once this is done, you thought, okay, I have done everything and I have deployed my application. No, this is not the end. In your code also there is a lot of damages will be there. How you are going to do? You have to run sonar test. Okay, that sonar cube is going to do different kind of vulnerabilities, and it will check, okay, what how many vulnerabilities are there, whether there is critical vulnerabilities are there, and everything is there or not. Okay, once your testing is also done, you are going to do it. Why I'm telling nowadays DevSecOps is very much popular, getting popular, means nowadays everybody is going to be using, okay, automated. Nobody wants to do anything manually, right? Security also is part of automation now. So whenever you are doing automation, okay, you have to do it very much carefully. Okay, as a DevSecOps engineer, I will tell you, you should have a clear understanding of everything what you are doing. If you don't know, better you stop and you look into it, you get proper knowledge, then only you do it. Otherwise, you do not do any automations without knowledge, because it leads a big fines on your company or you. Okay. Uh, for our best practice, I am going to tell you these details again. Okay. Take your backup and install antivirus, and use firewalls when you are setting up your environment. Okay, take public codes, but with a caution. Okay, if it is very much relevant to your restrictions. Okay, if it is your product is within India or outside the India, follow the policies. Okay, enable two-factor authentication. Even though you are using simple Gmail, try to use two-factor authentication. Keep your softwares protected against vulnerabilities. Okay, means try to update new patches. Okay, about phishing, you should be very conscious. Okay, and whenever you are having some time, try to share your knowledge with others. Okay, limit amount of personal information sharing on any online websites.
Nagarjun Yadav, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, you can conclude the session, sir. It is
Yeah.
already 9:28.
Yeah, it's done.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So try to use VPNs. Okay. Thank you for all listeners. Okay. For this session.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir, Nagarjun Yadav, sir. From the participants, if anybody interested, you can share your oral feedback on the overall two sessions today. And I have already shared the feedback link in the chat. You can fill that feedback. If anybody, any interested faculty or participant can give a oral feedback of just 1 minute regarding today's session, interested faculty are invited to give the session, give the oral feedback. for 1 day, for 1 minute. Any interested faculty? Okay, so
I think the mics were muted, sir. I think the mics were muted. I'm trying to unmute them. 1 second,
okay,
sir.
okay. Please, sir, please. Yes, sir. Now the mics are unmuted. Okay, if anybody are willing, they can, sir. Okay. Okay, sir. Nagarjuna Yadav, sir, we will end the session. Thank you very much for your patience and valuable delivery of your knowledge, sir. So hope every faculty and persons who are participated in the session have good information and the knowledge. So we will end the session, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Nagarjun sir, thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, sir. I want to conclude with one statement to all the participants, sir. Though Nagarjun sir was in software field, being in the software field with a passion towards learning, he done his PhD software faculty. Many people feel that getting a software job itself is a destiny, but Nagarjun sir has continued his research even after joining as a software engineer. I appreciate you very much, sir. Nagarjun sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Thank you, Praveen sir. And I would like to thank management of St. Anne's College of Engineering and Technology, Chirala, for giving me this opportunity to deliver my knowledge to many audience. And I would like to thank AICTC Training ATAL Academy for providing me such kind of opportunity for making this wonderful session done, and all the audience who are all listening to my details. I tried my best to give the basic idea of cybersecurity and how it is going to done in industry perspective. If any questions for anyone, they can reach out to me. Okay, at any point of time, you can take my details from the program managers like Praveen or Indranil sir. Okay, and you can reach out to me if any questions. I am happy to help you or assist you. Thanks a lot for management of St. Anne's Engineering College. Once again, thank you all.
Yes, sir. Nagarjuna Yadav, sir, very thankful for your informative session. And I would like to thank the principal who have participated in the inauguration session and the co-coordinator, Dr. V. Praveen Kumar, sir, and the supporting staff, Vaka Shrikant Garu, who is continuously monitoring the total session and taking all the necessary steps to make it perform smoothly. I want to end the day one, two sessions, session two. Thank you all the participants from various parts of the country and colleges for your participation in the workshop. And I expect the same enthusiasm for the next rest of the 5 days. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir.